Hey, welcome. So you've probably been there, right? You write a prompt, you look at the output, and you feel like it's a good one. But could you prove it? Well, today we're going to move past that gut feeling. We're diving into the world of prompt performance metrics. This is all about using data to know, not just guess, what's actually working.
And really, that's the big question, isn't it? That gut feeling is a fantastic place to start. But when you're talking about a real world application, feeling right just doesn't cut it. We have to know. Are our prompts accurate? Are they efficient? Are they delivering real value to our users? Because without that data, let's be honest, we're just flying blind.
All right, let's get right into the heart of the problem here. The truth is, most of us start out playing what I like to call the prompting guessing game. You know how it goes. You write a prompt, you glance at the output, and you give it the old eyeball test to decide if it's any good. It's super common, but it's also super flawed.
And look, it's completely understandable why we fall into this trap. Our brains are basically wired for it. We've got that intuition bias whispering, I can just tell if it's good. We're always under pressure, and setting up a whole metric system feels like it'll take forever. And yeah, sometimes a little bit of overconfidence kicks in, or we just get intimidated because the whole idea of metrics seems way too complicated. This isn't a personal failure, it's just human nature.
But here's the kicker. This guessing game, it's not free. Not at all. It comes with some serious and often totally invisible costs that can quietly sabotage your projects, blow up your budget, and tank your user experience. What if I told you that just changing your approach could slash the number of production incidents by a whopping 85%? I mean, that's what some industry reports are showing. This number, it represents the incredible drop in failures you can see when you stop guessing and start using metrics to optimize. It is an absolute game changer. And these costs are so real. We're talking about wasted money from inefficient token usage just going down the drain. We're talking about frustrating your users with slow, clunky, low-quality responses. But here's the really sneaky part. If you're only tracking cost, you could be missing over 60% of the actual quality problems. You are leaving huge opportunities for improvement just sitting there on the table. Okay, so that's the problem. How do we get out of this guessing game and avoid all those hidden costs? We need a solution. We need a hero for our story. And that hero is a systematic framework for measuring what truly matters. And this brings us right to the main idea, prompt performance metrics. Think of these as the antidote to all that guesswork. They're a mix of quantitative and qualitative measurements that let you evaluate, compare, and most importantly, optimize your prompts across all the dimensions that matter, not just the one you happen to be looking at. So how do we get that full 360-degree view? We look through 6 critical lenses. First up, accuracy and quality. Is the output even correct and useful? Then, of course, cost and efficiency. How many tokens and dollars are we burning through? Speed and latency are crucial for a good user experience. And speaking of users, we have to measure their actual satisfaction. But is all of this creating value? That's where business impact comes in. And finally, reliability and consistency. Does it just work every single time? Looking at all 6 together is what stops you from, say, optimizing for cost, but accidentally destroying quality. Now, theory is great, but I know what you're thinking. Show me the proof. Show me how it works. You got it. Let's look at a couple of really clear before and after examples to see these metrics in action out in the real world. Okay, on the left, you see a super common type of prompt. It's vague, it's open-ended, be comprehensive. The result? A long, rambling, and very expensive response. Now look at the prompt on the right. See how it's not just shorter, it's structured. It gives clear constraints on the length and the key points it needs to cover. It forces the model to be efficient. And the payoff for that one simple change, in this example, a massive 85% reduction in cost. Just let that sink in for a second. By adding a little bit of structure and a few constraints, you can get the same essential quality for a tiny fraction of the price. That is the power of thinking with metrics. But hey, it's not just about cost. Let's talk about quality. The prompt on the left is as simple as it gets. Summarize this. You get a summary back, sure, but you have no idea if it's any good. Now check out the clever trick on the right. This prompt asks the model to not only summarize the article, but to then evaluate its own work against clear criteria. You're basically making the model do the quality assurance for you. And this is what you get back. Instead of a big block of text that you have to analyze yourself, you get this beautiful little report card. You can see instantly that the summary is really clear, but hey, maybe it missed one of the main points.
This isn't a guess anymore. This is objective, actionable data that you can use to make your next prompt even better. A simple prompt could never, ever give you this. All right, so we've seen how powerful this approach can be, but you might be thinking, wow, that seems like a lot of work. It really doesn't have to be. Let's break it down into a super simple starter plan, something you can get going with today without feeling overwhelmed.
Here it is, 4 simple steps. First, just define your main goal. What's the number one most important thing? Is it speed? Is it accuracy? Pick one. Step 2, choose just 3 key metrics to start with. I'd suggest picking one from 3 different categories, like one for speed, one for quality, and one for cost. Step 3, and this is absolutely critical, establish a baseline. Run your current prompt for about a week so you know how it performs before you touch anything. And finally, step 4, make one small change and measure again. See what happened. That's it. You're no longer guessing, you're experimenting.
So as we start to wrap this up, what's the big idea here? What's the fundamental shift we've been talking about? It's all about moving from that uncertain, fuzzy world of guesswork and into a world of solid, data-backed confidence. And, it really all boils down to this simple, powerful truth. You cannot systematically improve what you do not measure. This isn't just some catchy business quote, it's the core philosophy that separates amateur prompt crafting from professional, effective prompt engineering. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When you actually start measuring, you're going to find more than just problems that need fixing. You're going to uncover hidden strengths, surprising ways users interact with your system, and brand new opportunities for innovation. You'll move from just creating outputs to creating real value. So the only question left is, what hidden opportunities are your metrics going to uncover for you?